Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Can the rest of you hear me?
Absolutely.
Do we have Trilogy at Orlando? Can you hear us? Trilogy Orlando, can you hear us? Yes? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, once again, welcome. My name is Trevor, and we're coming to you live from the Twin Mills Club at Trilogy Lake Norman, which is located just north of Charlotte. I would just like to welcome Allison and the members of Magnolia House from Trilogy Orlando, Brent, and the members of Verde River Golf and Social Club from, he's right over there, from Trilogy Verde River. They're located in Rio Verde, Arizona. It's near Scottsdale. And we also have Elizabeth and her members from the Seven Summits Lodge at Trilogy at Tahale, which is located at Bonnie Lake, Washington, near Tacoma, Washington. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to turn the microphone over to two wonderful people from Nada's Italy, and I'd like to introduce you to Susan and Simona.
Hi, I stand right over here so you get to see both of us. Thanks so much for everybody for taking the time out of your day for coming to this event in the afternoon. We'd just like to thank Trevor, everybody here at Trilogy Lake Norman, and again, all the other trilogies that Trevor highlighted. Many thanks to, oops, I keep wanting to look here. Sarah, you're over here. I have to look at the camera. Thanks to Sarah just for her support and for her excitement with Nada's Italy and the tours that we provided to Trilogy. And many thanks to Tim. Shout out to Tim, who's here today as well. Thanks so much for your support and allowing us to be a part of this great community. Something real quick that all of you that are new, I see lots of new faces here. And if I take a peek here, I see new faces over in the other communities. But I also live in a Shea home, so that was kind of my connection with this in the first place. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we live in South Charlotte, and it's in the very first community that Shea Homes built in, and we moved in about 21 years ago. So I love my Shea home, and so my whole reason for reaching out was my connection and knowing that I could fully support both of the things that I love. So anyway, I'd like to tell you a little bit about what I do just briefly with Nada's Italy. I've been up here with presentations and telling you about Nada's Italy with the signature tours, but I also have with me today Simona, who is my colleague, and Simona's from Sicily. And she, along with several others, are part of our by design team. And they work with customized itineraries and extensions. But especially in this case, Simona was really instrumental in helping Nada develop our France tour. So that's important. But I think what I'd like to do is kind of start you off with a video. Are you guys ready to see a video? Okay, here we go.
Nada's Italy. Tours for people who don't go on tours.
So that's kind of fun. So that is a little bit about what we are with, oops, sorry about that. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay. I always forget to hold the mic up close enough. So that gives you a little taste, really a good feel of what our tours are about. We were gifted with Nada's brother going on one of our Italy tours, a couple of them in 2015. He's an accomplished videographer, musician, and he did this for us. So it begs the question then, so this is Nada's Italy, right? And we've already gotten a couple tours through Trilogy members. We've had the Dolce Vita tour, where Andy Hoxie went on the Dolce Vita tour last fall, and now he's scheduled again to go on another Nada's Italy tour, our Venetian Splendors tour. That's coming up also this fall. And we've just had such a great response from all of you. And so much like all of you wanting to come back to a Nada's Italy tour, our clients said to Nada, okay, we've gone on several tours, several regions of Italy we've experienced. We'd love to go to France. Can you take that same special magic sauce that you do for Italy and bring that to France? So that's why our France and Spain tours have been developed. And it's with pride that we bring this to everybody. Our tours, for those of you that don't know, just to tell you a little bit about Nada's Italy, our tours are small group tours. That's what we're known for. 6 to 12 people per tour. We have luxury Mercedes vans that take you around. They're fully escorted, so you have a tour leader with you the entire time. They truly make the magic happen when you're on the tour. They just watch out for you. They are Italian speaking, obviously speak English as well, but they are there to help you and show you, just immerse you into the culture. And that's the big difference with Nada's Italy. You are immersed into the culture. You become a part of it. You saw the cooking, making the pasta, and it's just a real special part. We want you to bring back home memories and recipes and feel like it's really made a difference in your life. So that's what Nada's Italy is about. And Nada actually happened upon starting a tour company. She never intended to do that. She started doing Italian lessons and cooking classes here in Charlotte. And from there, people asked her and said, well, now we know how to speak Italian. We know how to cook some of the things. Take us back and show us home. Show us home the only way that you will show us. So that's how it started, and the tours have just grown from there. So we're really proud about what we do, the attention to detail, and for right now, too, I think just the great fit with Trilogy. So if you choose to go on any tour with us, it's important for you to know you get a $150 discount as a Trilogy member. If you go on a subsequent tour, you get our return traveler discount, which is $300. So that's our big thank you. Nada's thank you for people that come back and travel with her. So right now, you've got, well, let me see a show of hands, actually with everybody. How many of you have already peeked on the website in all the communities? Anybody? Or here? Have you guys looked on Nada's Italy website yet? Okay. Oh, good. We got lots of people to look on the website. How about over there? Okay. Okay, good. So that's something you're going to want to see. And I know that everybody, it's important for everybody in the other communities, too. Thanks so much to all the lifestyle directors for providing the sign-up sheets. And it's only with your permission if you choose to have extra information or to me to follow up with you for any reason. And my contact information is there for you, too, if you should have any questions. But you have this information, too, about Nada's Italy. And I welcome you to poke around our website, okay? There's a lot of information on that. For right now, though, I would absolutely love to introduce and have Simona talk to you a little bit more in detail about our France trip. And that tour is scheduled, as you know, for June 7th through the 17th of 2019, and it's a beautiful time of year to go. And this tour, which she's going to tell you about, is just really special. There was a lot of attention poured into this, taking you to off-the-beaten-path places. So without further ado, I'd like to have Simona take it over.
Buonasera, everybody. And buonasera over here as well, even if I'm after that. Yeah, hi here, there. It's actually kind of hard. Well, so yes, as Susan said, I'm from Italy. I'm from Sicily, and so I do for Nada's Italy. We do the customized itineraries for the clients that cannot join our signature tours for maybe the dates don't match or they have other needs. And so we worked a lot with honeymooners and families and stuff. But also the program of France and Spain are also in my heart, because I have to say that those were the first projects that I started doing with Nada when I joined the company. And so we actually created this France tour in the same way and following the same philosophy that we do for our Italian tours. So it's a small group of friends traveling, and what we focus on the France tour is more of the Provence area and Bordeaux. So we fly in and out of Paris. So it's easy flights. There is a direct flight from Charlotte, so that's wonderful. And then we just spend the first night and last night in Paris, and then we go and we move down south to Provence, and we stay in a little tiny village that is called Uzès, and it's just outside of Avignon, and it's like a gem. It seems like you are in a fairy tale, so it's all white, really, really nice. And from there we take wonderful day trips. We go obviously to the Sunday markets in France, in Provence, that are wonderful. You go there and you have stalls and booths of any kind, and you get lost among cheeses and fruits and cold cuts and linens, anything you mentioned, they have it. It's wonderful, and we go and visit all the little towns as well, and obviously wineries, because that one, and food, lots of food and lots of wines, because this is us. And we do cooking class. We do a wonderful cooking class in a place that is magical. There is an old train station that they changed it into a home and cooking school. So we'll stop first to the market and then go with our chef Eric to cook and a lot of dishes, lots of butter, because yes. So while we cook, you will hear a little bit of butter over here, a little bit of butter over there. So, but it's wonderful, and they are so welcoming. It's incredible. We do move to Bordeaux after 4 nights in Uzès. And we'll stay outside of Bordeaux, actually in a little town that is called Saint-Emilion, and we'll be there in a chateau in the vineyards, and it will be magical for the last 4 nights. And from there, we'll go to a winery that is called La Nassan, and I have to say that I left my heart over there, because the tour that we did over there, the lady, her name is Valerie. That is actually, by the way, the name of our tour leader as well. She's from Paris, but she's more like an Italian, I think, on one side, because she speaks fluent Italian and she loves Italy. And she has also, as you can see, my hands going all over, and she's pretty much like Italian, so she's very like friendly and talk a lot, and it's wonderful being with her. And so going back, to the winery with Valerie, the other, the host of that winery, it's fantastic because she takes you back in time. She tells you all the story, all the letters of the owners and the family, and then they take you also to rose gardens, and obviously you will do a wine tasting as well, and try all the different grapes, because they'll take you to the vineyards and try all the different grapes, and then the wine, and then have lunch over there. So it's a really, really, really nice trip, and as I said, we focus more on the countryside, on the off the beaten path, to really enjoy in a relaxing way. And then we do Paris at the beginning and at the end, and we try to be in 2 different areas in Paris, so we can try to explore a different aspect of the city. And we do also, in case we have clients that would like to extend and explore more Paris or maybe Normandy, help them with that one as well. So. Okay, can I turn around? I'm giving the back to them, sorry. Yes, this is Gordes. Here is in Provence, and all the entire village is built with these red rocks. And on that day, as you can see, on that day, we actually go in the morning to the market, and then in the afternoon, going from this village all red to another one all white. So it's really nice to see completely different. And they are facing each other. They are the 2 towns, and one on 2 hills, facing each other, so it's really, really nice. And all the wines, obviously. Yes. Yeah. Yes, we will visit Avignon as well. We'll be outside of Avignon, and then from Avignon, from Uzès, we'll visit Avignon. We will visit also Pont du Gard. And actually in Uzès, there is the origin of the aqueduct. So if someone wants, we did it, we climbed down, we did a little bit of hike one day and went down to see the origin of the aqueduct. And we'll take, when we are in the Bordeaux area, we will go and take a boat ride on the Gabar. There are the old boats that they use along the rivers to transfer merchandising and stuff. So we'll take a really nice, relaxing cruise. We also will do short back ride for who wants to do it in the morning while we are in Saint-Emilion. It will be an easy ride along the vineyards, and then we'll end in an area and we'll have picnic. And for the people instead that prefer to relax a little bit more at the chateau, they can enjoy the chateau and the vineyards over there in the morning, and then we'll pick them up to go and do the picnic all together. So yeah, so this is pretty much our tour. Just some highlights. I don't want to tell you everything. Yeah, I would prefer you guys explore it and enjoy it. Yes, but I don't know if there is anything that you want to add it, unless yes, if there are any questions.
Questions that any of you, and this goes for the other communities as well. Any questions you might have for Simona or myself? Thoughts that you have after hearing her talk about the tour. And first of all, how many people have been to France before? Oh, a good number. Let me look back at this now. We can't tell now. Is that right?
Are we there best in Paris on Bastille Day?
Beg your pardon?
Are we in Paris on Bastille Day?
No. No. It's June, on this one it's June 10th to the 17th.
There's any other communities, you know, how many? 2. Sure. Now that I can see you guys, the other communities, who has been to France before? Anybody raise your hand? Yay, there's somebody, Verde River, woo-hoo! Okay, good. So any other questions for Simona? I'm sure you guys have some. You mentioned the cruise. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's right.
They can't hear you unless you're talking to us.
All right.
There you go.
Thanks. You mentioned a cruise. Can you give a little bit more information just about that part of it?
It's just, yes, and it's a boat ride.
A boat ride.
Yes, and it's in Baynac.
Uh-huh.
And so from Baynac, Baynac is on the river, and so there is the Gabar, that is an old boat, wooden, where we go out in it and cruise along the river for About an hour.
Yeah.
And while we are on the boat, there is actually the guide that will tell us the story about all the old, obviously, transportation and everything, and the story a little bit of the area as well. And after that, we do the boat ride. Then we'll spend a little bit of time in Bainak, and then we'll move to another village as well. Thank you. You're welcome. Any other questions about France, about Italy? Yes! Yay!
What is your ratio, let's say, of couples versus single travelers?
I don't know. You know that one more than I do.
It's all over. We will have, for instance, on one tour we had a lot of singles and one couple, and it actually was one guy. The gentleman of the couple was the only male on the trip, so he really got spoiled. But that wasn't a Trilogy tour. It was a different one. But we really see a mix. We really do. And the other thing I should mention, and actually Simona can back me up on this one or tell me for France, there's a certain number of singles that we can accommodate. So if you are somebody that wants to have your single room and not share, and nobody's judging, it's if you want to do that, because some people say, I need my single room, we can accommodate that, but how many per this?
It really depends. For France, we can have 2 single rooms for sure, maybe 3, but I would say 2.
Okay.
Because it also depends on the hotels. The hotels that we use are all small boutique hotels. And so sometimes they're in the historic buildings, rooms are all different, so they don't have many options of single occupancy. And also for France, rooms are smaller than other countries of the hotel. So we prefer not to book too many single rooms.
So, but to get back to your question, there's often a good balance. And I think, too, because our tour leaders are there with you the entire time, and we just get really lucky, and I think Simona can attest to this. The people that do join our tours, for the most part, friendships are made if you don't know each other in advance. And Andy, I'm gonna pick on Andy for a minute, because Andy can attest to this. He went on the Dolce Vita tour not knowing anybody. You and Judy didn't know anybody, did you? Okay, so he can. Trevor, can Andy go ahead. Andy's going to tell you what his experience was going not knowing anybody, and you had singles on your trip as well.
Yeah, we had 4 couples and 4 singles. One couple of singles stayed together, so I guess that counted as had 2 single people, 1 single. I don't know how to explain that. Forget it. Anyway, it was great, and we made absolute tremendous friends on this tour, and we still keep in touch with them. And they're California, Washington, Florida, and nearby, and we keep in touch. We exchange recipes and wish each other's well almost weekly.
And I love it because they're nice enough to include me in on the emails, so I get to see the stuff most of the time too, so I get to see how much fun they've had, and it's just really nice. So any other questions that what about, I'm going to turn my back on you guys for a second. Oh, go. We've got a question over here, Steve.
Your prices, they do not include airfare?
They do not include airfare.
But we can get a direct flight from Charlotte to Paris?
Yeah.
American Airlines.
Yes.
American? Okay.
That is, yes. The question, did you guys all hear the question about a direct air fare to Paris, which we do, there is available from Charlotte, so I'm sure the other cities too. They're in, different things.
Also, another question. Your hotels, I know we're not going to Marriott's because we're going to another country, but what are the ratings on the hotels where we'll be staying?
4-star hotels. We usually 4-star hotels and all, because the standard of the hotels in Europe anyway are a few step below from the American ones, and so we always use 4 and up.
Okay.
So yes, for France in particular, we'll be in 4-star hotels, except for the Chateau in Saint-Emilion, that is a 5-star hotel.
Okay. Okay. Also, the itinerary, how soon will we get that to know each day what we would be doing?
Yes, you can see the itinerary already on our website. If you click on the Saveurs De France tour, and then there is a schedule, you can see that one. But also, when you arrive in Paris, and the first day our tours start, all the tours start on Fridays, and so on Friday in the afternoon you will meet your tour guide and tour leader, and they will give you also the actual itinerary with all the times.
Okay.
Because we prefer to give it to you at the end, because anything can switch a little bit, so then you have everything. And your tour guide will be with you for the entire time, and usually at the end of the night, they wrap the night, and they will say, okay, tomorrow this is what we're going to do. So if you're going to do something particular, for instance, if you're going to visit Pont de Gard, they will tell you, so wear comfortable shoes, bring a rain jacket with you tomorrow, we're going on a boat, or stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you.
If you were just going on the tour and nothing outside of that, is there some guidance at when you would get your flight and where to stay so you're in the right area when you get there? Especially if you don't know where you're going.
Oh, yeah, sure. So flights, we don't take care of the flights, so you will have to take care of your own. But when you arrive in Paris, let's say you're doing the France tour, then you will receive 60 days prior your departure, you will receive an email with the actual hotel that's been confirmed, and also there will be all the people that are traveling with you in that email, in case there are other people traveling from Charlotte. And so if you guys want to get together, well, obviously of the communities in this case, so yes. And then the itinerary that you will follow pretty much will be that one that is on our website. But as I said, the one that you will receive once arrive in Europe will have also the actual times, so you know exactly what time the tour starts. Like on Fridays, we will let you know on the 60 days letter, we will let you know the hotels, and we will also let you know that you will meet your tour leader. We'll present the tour leader and introduce the tour leader in the email and let you know what time you're meeting the tour leader, and you will meet it in the hotel lobby.
Thank you.
Usually at 3:45, so you know already.
Thanks.
There's some more questions.
Just a real quick question. Meals included?
Yes, most of the meals are
Are meals included?
Yes, they are. Most of the meals are included. There are lunch, dinners, a cooking class followed by dinner and everything. There are just few nights that are not included. Like, for instance, the day that we transfer from Provence and we'll go to the Bordeaux area. That one will be a long day in the van. We will stop in Carcassonne, visit Carcassonne, but we will arrive at the hotel at the chateau around 7 at night. So in case the clients can choose if they want to go out and take a taxi and go somewhere, but we like usually to stop at a local market so people can get baguette, cheese, fruits, like dinner, and they can eat it at the hotel as well. So we give options when we don't have the meal included. Yes.
So are drinks included?
Yes.
The question was, were there drinks included?
Drinks are included as well. So we say, what do we say in our website that is absolutely not true? We say 2 glasses.
Andy, were there 2 glasses of wine?
Start.
Exactly. Yes.
How much time will we be traveling on the road?
How much time will be traveling on the road?
So it depends, because we try to alternate, and so I have one day that is lower pace and maybe another day that is more intense, let's say. But usually we depart around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then we come back. If it's a full day, we come back by 6. 6:30, but I would say that for our Friends tour, the only long day will be the one when we leave Provence and we go to Saint-Emilion, because that one will be kind of a 6-hour drive that we will split it, and we'll stop in Carcassonne and visit Carcassonne. I'm sorry, I was keeping my microphone. Did you hear me? Hope so. Okay, more questions?
Somebody else? What about in the other communities? Anybody have a question?
Yeah, I see a hand over there. Yes.
Hi, everyone. So Sarah here from Central Services in Scottsdale. Quick question as far as the amount of walking that we might be doing. Is this something that is just kind of an average day, and it kind of couples along with that transportation? But is there a lot of walking, and should I be concerned?
That's a very good question, and usually, generally speaking, for our tours, we require that people can stand for about 3 hours. We will be walking and stopping, but obviously, I mean, I would say that the average is about a couple hours of walking and then stopping, and Andy probably can confirm and tell us more.
Was it comfortable, Andy? Very comfortable. So here's Andy telling you to.
Yeah, it was very comfortable. We walked around maybe a mile at a particular time, but it was a very slow pace and very, very comfortable. And nobody had any problems.
Great. Yeah, right too.
I represent that.
And then, Simone, one last question.
Yes.
Absolutely. And one more. Yeah. What will the weather be like in June?
Weather will be really nice. I would say that we'll start in Paris, but I would say that the temperature will be probably around 75 for sure, and then going down where we'll be in Provence, it will be probably some days it will be around 80, but it won't be. I don't think it will be higher than that one.
And what about
humidity? Thank you.
No, it's not so humid as over here. Yes. Should I say that? Sorry. I come from Sicily, and I mean, I grew up on the water, so with the breeze and everything. So to me, it's humid over here.
Yeah, for sure.
More question?
I'm good, thank you.
Other question?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, good. We have another question.
What is the deadline for the determination if you're going to join the trip?
That's another great answer. The deadline, which I wrote down just so I would remember, is July 31st. July 31st is the deadline for the tour. And I was just going to show everybody. Now, if you want to, since a lot of you have not poked around on the website yet, I want to show you this. So here is Nada's Italy website, and for some reason I'm not getting the full. It's kind of funny on my screen a little bit, but if you go to nadasitaly.com, and then you are going to, so the home screen is here, but what you're going to do is go to Our Tours, and you're going to look at, I'll just do this for you so you know. So you're going to look at Our Tours, and you're going to click the part that says World Traveler. And then you're going to click on the France tour. And that's where that will populate. And then on the left-hand side is, obviously there's a little brief description with the pictures that you've been looking at, and then the description of the tour briefly. But then if you go to the side over here, you can click on these various sidebar and see the tour highlights. And we had a question about, the meals and things too, so I'll show you where to find that. So these are the highlights. Now, mind you, you heard Simona do an awful lot of talking, which is a lot more than that, right? So even in addition to that, we do more on the tour. And then the schedule, it gives you an overview of your daily schedule. Someone asked what the itinerary would be. This isn't broken down into times. We just don't want to do that for you right now, but as Simona said, we'll send that to you closer to the tour within 30 to 60 days before the tour. So there is where you will find that information. Then you can click on this on what's included. And again, important information. And then reviews. That's for someone to leave a review. If you wanted to find reviews on Nada's Italy too, there are some on our website, but we're also located on TripAdvisor. While we're a tour company, we can't post things ourselves, but if you poke around, you will find forums where clients have left some really wonderful comments. We're really lucky that way. And then Google, we're on Google for Google reviews, and within Charlotte, the Charlotte area, but anybody within the other communities can also look for that. It's the Better Business Bureau. Since we started in Charlotte, I'm sorry? Oh, do we? Oh, I guess we have an A+ rating, Trevor tells me. We're really proud of our company. And something else that I think that's important to share is we don't just get you on a tour to get you on a tour. We really care about each and every person, and those of you that have traveled with us can attest to that. Yeah, it's Andy right now, but others are clients. Right now we have a group that's leaving on Friday, several tours that are departing. The nice thing to know too is our tours start on a Friday and end on the following Monday. They are 10 nights and 11 days. So you've got 2 weekends flanking the tour, which is really nice for people in scheduling too. But we're just real proud of the type of tours we have, the flow. As Simona said, we don't have you hopping every minute of the day on the tours. We don't start till 9:30 or 10 in the morning, so that gives the early birds. We went with our friends last year who he had a 10-mile hike in already because he was up at 5:30. So the early birds have time to explore, get up and do what they want to do, and those that want to sit and have an extra cappuccino in the morning or an extra French press coffee in the morning can do that. It's just there's a nice flow, and we really care about the people, all of you that we have. You become our family. Just like right now, we've called everybody that's departing for Friday. Our tour leaders let us know when you arrive. We get pictures sent from them. So it's a lot of TLC goes into what we do, and we appreciate all of it. Absolutely. We got one more question.
And can you show me the drop-down box date?
Oh, yeah, I will do that. Absolutely. Because we're going to show you how to register.
Okay. A concern I have is because I have a mother that's 95, and we have someone else that's in their late 80s. So is there, how does that work? Is there trip cancellation insurance? How does that impact the small group?
Mm-hmm. That's a really, really good question. And I can tell you right now that I have a situation like that where somebody has had to cancel because they just found out there was a wedding and didn't know the wedding was going to happen at the time that the tour was. So they have to back out, or much like you said, elderly parent. We're all in that situation, a lot of us. So definitely trip insurance. And we provide that for you through a company called TripAssure. We facilitate that for you, but it's through that company. And that encourages everybody to get trip insurance. Unfortunately, we just had another situation where somebody's granddaughter was very ill and they had to pull out of a trip. So the other thing I do, too, is we've got a waiting list for this current trip for the Venetian Splendors in October. So I've got a couple that's on the waiting list should the situation happen. So insurance is definitely something we would promote. So if you want to, I'll show you, when you go to Nada's Italy and you're already at the France tour, so what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down, and where it says reserve your spot now, there's the drop-down box. And you're going to find your tour right here, July 7 through 17 Trilogy. Okay? So you're going to add a tour to your cart, this little green bar. You're going to click that once, and then you're going to click it again. And then when you scroll back up, you're going to see this little red shopping cart. It's going to show 1 or 2 tours or whatever you put in there. and you're going to click on that and then proceed to checkout, and it'll ask you questions about your, your name, your address, and that kind of stuff that we're going to need. And of course, my information is available for you if you guys have any questions. I'm happy to help walk you through that. Again, my name is Susan, and my information also, I believe, is right there on your paper. You've got, everybody should have this France tour paper, right? So if you look right down here in the corner, my phone number and email address is right down there. And if I can't answer a certain question that you have about the France tour, I definitely will ask Simona, and she'll help me and figure that out if you have a burning question that I can't answer for you for that. But if you need help with registration, definitely can do that. And everybody gets their $150 Trilogy discount off of that. And again, the deadline is July 31st, and Trevor has a comment.
If they have friends that want to go,
oh,
single, you have a friend, or even a couple, a couple.
Absolutely. This extends to your friends. Let's say for some reason you don't have a friend or that's here in Trilogy, but you have other people that want to go with you. They will also automatically get the Trilogy discount coming with you. So that's something else that we've provided to you guys as a special perk for them. And then you're saying, okay, what if this tour fills? What do I do? Because we had an onslaught with Venetian Splendors. So we are prepared, but we're not releasing any other dates. Right now, these are the dates that we have for the France tour. But we have room if we do have a good response like we did for Venetian Splendors. Yes. Oh.
When you click the little box to say that you want to go and you want to make the reservation, does it require a deposit or payment in full?
That's a great question, too. It requires a deposit, and what it is the other thing, too, your credit card will not be charged at the moment you register. It's important for all of you to know that. Once I process the registration and pass it along to our accountant, then it will be processed, within about 3 to 5 days. But NADA has offered a payment plan for our clients, which is really nice. So the payment plan is your credit card. There's no interest charge whatsoever. It's your credit card. What we will do is divide up the number of months prior to the tour, the cost, and it will be equal payments that will be charged to your credit card. So otherwise, initially she had the half down payment, and then the other half is due at 60 days. So either one is fine. There's no penalty for opting for the payment plan. A lot of people find it really nice. And everything, though, has to be paid at the 60-day point prior to departure.
If you cancel, is there a penalty, or do you get all your money back, or how does that work, or a deadline?
There is, within our terms and conditions, there is a schedule of, greater than 180 days or 180 days to 169. And if you have that question, if you want, stop me after this, and I can, or anybody can email me if you want those terms and conditions for the schedule of when that is. There will always be a $200 non-refundable fee just for the processing and things that we do and the things we provide for you. So that's the one thing that wouldn't go back. But definitely trip insurance, like Lynn said.
Thank you.
Anybody else? What about, okay, so everybody kind of knows where to find this to register. So that's what you do. I can go back to the pictures. The pictures for you, I don't know if it's still running or not. So if there's any other questions, I'd be happy to. What about the other communities? I don't know if anybody else. Sarah, do you have any other questions for me?
I'm always going to have questions.
I love that.
I just want to extend our sincerest thank you both to you, Susan, and to Simona, as well as Trevor, for hosting such a wonderful event today. I'm only sorry I am not there because I understand that Tia has made some fabulous hors d'oeuvres for everyone to enjoy today.
You can't even believe.
Don't send me photos.
She has.
I just want to thank you guys. It's a really good partnership that Trilogy Communities have established with Nada's Italy. And I hear questions sometimes about why are the tours so small. And this is really part of our really highly curated experiences that we want to offer to our members. We normally find that our members come from more than one community on these trips, so it does accomplish our goal of bringing communities together. But I just really want to thank you for everything that you've done to help us get this partnership off the ground, and also to Trevor at Lake Norman, because he's been really instrumental in making sure that this relationship continues. So thank you all very, very much.
Well, well, and thank you too. It is an absolute pleasure to work with you. It's not work. It's just it's really fun, and I love what I see. I love the partnership and the people that I get to meet here, and then the people that I get to see. I think this whole setup with Club Connect is wonderful.
Thank you very much.
And got to meet Tim, so that was fun. But again, any tour, it does not have to be the France tour. Any tour that a Trilogy member travels on will receive the $150 discount. So that's important for everybody to know. But thanks so much. This is just wonderful, a wonderful turnout and a lot of interest and great questions.